Sammy, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. Welcome back to another Meals I Made This Week video where I show you various dinners that I've made for me and my 3 kids throughout the week. To be fair, half of this week the boys have been with their dad, so a couple of these dinners it was only me and Ava having them, and then towards the end of the week I've got a couple of the dinners in this video where it's me and the 3 kids. But yeah guys, I hope you like this video. If you do, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe down below. If you'd like to see more content around this Meals I Made series, then I do have an Instagram and a TikTok account for @Meals I Made This Week if you want to go and check that out. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive in and see what I cooked this week. Monday evening guys, it's time for me to make dinner for me and Ava. We're going to make some loaded hash browns with some jalapenos and cheese. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Let's run through the ingredients and overall cost for this meal for me and Ava. Going to be using some McCain crispy hash browns, some 4 cheese blend grated cheese. Going to be using some jalapenos, some Philadelphia, some oregano, a quarter of a red onion, some streaky bacon. Going to be using about half of this pack, and also a little bit of coriander as well. This all comes to £4.92 for this dinner this evening. Let's dive in and start the cooking. We're going to be using our air fryer for this dinner, so first things first, we're going to preheat it and get it ready. The temp is going to be 200, that's fine, and the time is going to be 5 minutes because this is what we're going to use to cook our bacon. So we're just going to start that now and let that preheat. It's almost finished preheating, and when it is, we're going to open up the drawer and layer in our bacon. We're just going to do a single layer on the bottom of our air fryer, just like that, and then we're going to close that and get that cooking for 5 minutes. While our bacon's cooking, we're just going to get some coriander leaves for our garnish at the end, and then we're going to chop up some jalapenos and the quarter of the red onion ready to go for later. Now we're going to turn our bacon over halfway through cooking. That's our bits all prepped. So I've cut up the onion really finely, I've cut up some jalapenos really finely, I've also left some whole to put as garnish on top, and also I've got some coriander leaves already prepped, ready for later. Now that our bacon's done, we're going to take it all out now and pop it onto a plate with some kitchen roll on. Now what we're going to do is pop our hash browns in the air fryer for 12 minutes. And while our hash browns are cooking, we're going to make our Philadelphia topping for our hash browns. First, we're going to add our entire pot of Philadelphia. This is 165 grams. We're going to put all that into a bowl with our chopped jalapenos, chopped onions, a teaspoon of oregano, and then we're going to chop up the bacon and add that in as well. And that is our mixture all made up. And now that our hash browns have been cooking for 12 minutes, we're going to top each of these now, apart from a couple, because a couple are going to be Ava's. We're going to top these now with a pinch of grated cheese. Just like that, and we're going to pop this in for 1 more minute. And once our hash browns have cooked for the extra minute with the cheese, we're going to add a teaspoon, like a heaped teaspoon amount of this cheese mixture onto all of my hash browns, but not Ava's, and then we're going to pop it back in for 3 to 4 minutes. Just like that guys, and obviously I've left Ava's blank, but these are going to go in now for 4 minutes. Now to serve this dinner, I've just done some iceberg lettuce with some tomatoes for me on the side, and then we're going to serve up our hash browns once they're ready. And for Ava's, I've already taken out some of the bacon. I've done her grated cheese, just not melted, so it's easier for her to eat. And then she's got some cucumber and tomatoes, and then we're just going to wait for her plain hash browns to be done, and then they're going to go in there. And I've got my jalapeno popper loaded hash browns to come onto this plate. And yeah guys, we're just going to wait for these hash browns to be done, garnish them, and then they're ready to serve. That is our hash browns done. I've already taken out Ava's. When it told me to turn over the food, I took out Ava's plain hash browns. This is how they're looking guys. We're going to add a jalapeno to each of these on top, and then pop some coriander leaves to garnish, and then we're going to serve them up. And that is our dinner served guys. I'm so excited for this Monday night dinner. Of course, Ava's just got plain hash browns, bacon, cheese, cucumbers and tomatoes for her dinner, and then this is my loaded jalapeno popper hash browns with a side salad. I do have more, but obviously I don't want to overcrowd my plate, so I will go and eat these and then come back for more afterwards. But yeah guys, such a simple dinner, fuss free, because it's just an air fryer that I've got to wash up now on our plates, and a couple of chopping boards, and that's it. So super fuss free, perfect dinner when it's just me and Ava, and yeah, super delicious guys. So can't wait to dive in and eat this now, and I'll catch you later in the week for another dinner. Tuesday evening evening and it's time to make some chipolata fajitas for mine and Ava's dinner. Let's run through the ingredients, guys, and then we'll run through the total cost for this meal. So we've got some tortilla wraps. I'm going to be using 4 of these. We've got some hex sausages. There's 7 left in this packet, so we're going to be using 7 of these chicken chipolatas. I'm going to use half of this fajita seasoning packet. I'm going to be using half of this pot of tomato salsa, half of this bag of coriander. I'm going to be using half each of these peppers just to make the colour a little bit more vibrant. I'm going to be using half the green pepper and half the yellow pepper. I'm going to be using the remaining red onion from our hash brown dish yesterday. I'm using some soured cream, half of a lime, 1 little gem lettuce, and then some grated cheese as well, guys. All in all, this dinner comes to £4.97. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is to heat some vegetable oil into a large frying pan. Now, using some scissors, I'm just going to chop up our chicken chipolatas into sort of bite-sized chunks, probably 3 pieces to each chipolata, and then we're going to fry that in this frying pan. Just going to fry these up for about 5 minutes. And while that's frying away over there, we're going to slice up our onions and half of each of our peppers. Now they've been cooking for 5 minutes, I'm just going to add the onions and the peppers into here now. And just while they're frying away for 5 minutes now, I'm quickly just going to prepare half of this pack of coriander, just pick all the leaves off, and then we're going to slice our lemon in half. Now that's been cooking for 5 more minutes, we're going to add our fajita seeds into this now and then cook that for another 2 minutes. Now that our fajita vegetables and chicken sausages are ready, we've now taken this off of the heat and we're going to add the juice of half a lime, and we're going to add half of our chopped coriander. Now that that's ready, it's time for us to grate some cheese, heat up our tortillas, and get ready to serve. To heat these up, we're just going to pop them in the microwave for 20 seconds. Now to assemble mine, I'm going to pop some of the sausage fajita mixture onto my wrap, and then we're going to top this off with some grated cheese, some lettuce, some coriander leaves, a bit of sour cream, and a little bit of salsa as well. And that is it. That is our chipolata fajitas served up, guys. This is my portion right here. Looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, I'm going to wrap up the wraps and then eat them in a second. And for Ava's dinner, to make hers more adapted to a toddler, and we've got some cucumber pieces here. I've got some grated cheese, some salsa, and some sour cream, and I've just cut her tortilla wrap into little triangles so she can dip them into the 2 sauces and have some fun with that. I've then got some of the peppers and some of the chipolata pieces served separately just to make it easier for her to eat. So yeah, that is Ava's dinner, my dinner. That is our Tuesday night dinner, guys. Cannot wait to dig into this now, and we'll catch you later in the week for some more meals. Thursday evening, guys, and it's time for us to make some spicy bean burritos for our dinner. So let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost. We've got some peeled plum tomatoes. We've got a tin of taco mixed beans in a spicy tomato sauce. Then going to be using about half of this pot of yogurt. Going to be using 1 pack of whole grain microwave rice. We've then got a large avocado, some mature cheddar cheese, just going to be grating a little bit of this. Going to be using the rest of our wraps from earlier on in the week, so there's 4 wraps in there. Going to be using about half a bunch of spring onions, 1 gem lettuce, and then some coriander as well, guys. In total, this comes to £4.62 to feed me and the 3 kids. And yeah, let's dive into the cooking. First step is to put our peeled plum tomatoes into a small saucepan, and then I'm just going to mash these with a fork now, just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our taco mixed beans to this and give that all a good mix. Now we're going to pop this on a low simmer for about 15 minutes until it's thickened up and cooked through. Now while that's simmering away, I'm going to chop up and mash our avocado and pop it into this bowl. And then to this, we're going to add a dollop of some Greek style yogurt, just like that, and then we're going to give that a mix together, just like that. And then we're going to just set this aside while we prepare our lettuce, our coriander, and our spring onions. That's our veg all prepped, and what I'm going to do now is add half of the spring onions and half of the coriander to our avocado and yogurt mix. Before I do that, I have just taken out some for Ava's plate before I add the spring onions and the coriander, because that's not great for her. She can't really handle it, so she's just got the avocado and yogurt on her plate, and obviously we're going to add more to her plate in a moment. But yeah, I'm just going to add the spring onions and the coriander to this now for me and the boys. So that is our avocado mixture ready. That's our fillings to go into our burrito as well, and I'm just going to grate a little bit of cheese to go on this board as well, just so that I've got everything ready and prepped to go in our burritos. And yeah, I'm just going to grate a little bit of cheese now. So that's everything prepped and ready to go now. Once our beans are ready, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of yogurt into our burritos later as well. So we've got our avocado mix, our salad and our cheese. Got our wraps and we've got our rice. They're the last two things that I need to heat up now. So I'm going to heat the rice up for 2 minutes and then heat the wraps up in the microwave for 20 seconds. And by then this should be done. Just a heads up for Ava's, what I've done is I've deconstructed it. So I've got some tortilla triangles that I've cut up. We've got the avocado mixture, we've got some grated cheese, some brown rice, and I've got some of the bean mixture on her plate as well. So that's Ava's, but it's deconstructed. Now let's do ours. Now that I've taken the rice out for Ava's, I'm going to split the remaining rice between our 3 wraps. Now we're going to add our lettuce leaves and our avocado mixture. Now we're going to top this with our beans. And now what we're going to do is just drizzle over a little bit of yogurt and add our cheese, spring onions and the rest of our coriander on top of this now. Now it's time to wrap up, cut them up and serve. And yeah guys, that is our burrito dinners done. The boys are there as well, and obviously you guys have seen Ava's already, so Ava's got hers as well. We're going to go and enjoy this now for our Thursday night dinner, guys, and we will catch you tomorrow for another dinner. It's Friday morning now, guys, and I'm going to be making some pudding for me and the kids for tonight. We're going to make some chocolate Rice Krispie squares. Super excited for this. Going to need 150 grams of rice snaps, 100 grams of unsalted butter, 100 grams of pink and white mini marshmallows, or just white marshmallows if not, and 300 grams of milk chocolate. I'm using Cadbury Dairy Milk because it's our favourite. And yeah guys, let's dive in and start making these. First up, into a saucepan we're going to add our 100 grams of marshmallows, 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of chocolate to this saucepan now. Now we're just going to gently heat this up over a low heat on the hob and get it all melted and smooth all together. And while that's melting away over there, we're going to measure out 150 grams of rice snaps in one bowl and 200 grams of chocolate in another bowl. Now that that's all melted together, the butter, chocolate and the marshmallow, we're now going to tip in our 150 grams of rice snaps and make sure they're all really nicely well coated. Now they're all really nicely covered and sticky, we're now going to transfer this into my 8-inch square cake tin. Now I'm just going to flatten this all down with the back of a metal spoon, just like that, so it's all nice and even and compact. Now what we're going to do is just microwave our chocolate, our 200 grams of dairy milk chocolate or any milk chocolate that you prefer. I'm just going to melt this now in the microwave, like 10 to 20 second bursts until it's all melted. Just like that. Now all we need to do is pour this on top of here. Now all that's left to do is to chill this for a couple of hours, and I'll be back later on this evening after dinner, guys, because I'm going to be filming dinner this evening. I'll be back after dinner to cut this up and serve it and show you the end result. Friday evening now, guys, and it's time for me to make some microwave dal with rice. Super excited for this dinner. Let's run through all the ingredients and the total cost of this meal. We've got 3 packets of basmati micro rice. I'm going to be using 150 grams of split red lentils. I'm going to be using a tin and a half of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to be using about 6 teaspoons of Balti curry paste. I'm going to be using a drizzle, or just put my hand straight in that, forgot that was open. Going to be using a drizzle of Greek style yogurt. Going to be using some crispy onions and lime as garnish with some coriander as well. The total cost of this meal, guys, comes to £4.38. Let's dive into the cooking because it's a quick and easy one. I've just measured out 150 grams of red split lentils into a colander, and I'm just going to rinse this under cold water now until the water runs clear. Now I've popped the rinsed lentils into a large microwave safe bowl now. Now to this bowl we're going to add a tin and a half of chopped tomatoes, 6 teaspoons of curry paste. I'm using Balti, but you can use whatever flavour curry paste you like. And I'm also going to be adding 600 millilitres of water as well. I'm going to give this all a good mix together now. I've now covered the bowl with some cling film and poked some holes in with a sharp knife. Now we're going to microwave this for 10 minutes. Now the only other thing we need to prep for this dinner while it's being microwaved is just to cut our lime in half, ready to juice later, and then prepare some coriander leaves for garnish, and that is all the prep we need to do. That's our lime and coriander all prepped, and we're going to be using those as garnish with some crispy onions and a little drizzle of yogurt. And obviously we're going to be microwaving our rice later on, but that's all the prep, guys. Now we just need to wait for that microwave to finish. Now that's been cooking for 10 minutes in the microwave. I've just peeled back the cling film, given it a good stir And then we're going to pop this back in for another 5 minutes. Now that 5 minutes is done, we're going to season this now with some salt and pepper generously, and then we're going to put it in for 10 more minutes. And this is what the dal is looking like after that last 10 minutes. We've got a couple more bits to do to this now, but while we're doing that, we're going to be microwaving our basmati micro rices, 2 minutes each. Now, using a potato masher, I'm just going to mash up our dal now. That's the dal all mashed up, and what I'm going to do while I'm serving up the rice now is just pop this back in the microwave for 3 minutes. So I've served up the rice for me and the kids now. We've got Ava's, Liam's, Tyler's and mine, and I've just made a well in the middle of each of them. I've just pushed Ava's to the side to make her dal there, but I've put a well in the middle of each of the rice servings, just that we've got some space to ladle the dal into the middle. And our dal is now ready, so we're going to serve this up now. Now that the dal's all served up, and we do still have a little bit left for some lunches another day, we're going to squeeze over a squeeze of lime onto each of these and do a drizzling of yogurt. Now I've added a bit of yogurt to each of them. Now the last step is to sprinkle on some coriander and some crispy onions. And that is our Friday night dinner served, guys. Didn't use the hob or the oven for any of it. Feels amazing. And this is Ava's with just the rice, dal and some yogurt. And then this is Tyler's and Liam's with everything on. And then this is mine, guys. It smells incredible. Cannot wait to dive in and eat this. It looks amazing. And then we'll be back shortly for some pudding. And that is our Friday night dessert, guys. I absolutely love Rice Krispie Squares, and what better way to make them even better with a hint of chocolate. Cannot wait to dive into these with the kids this evening for our Friday night treat. These look absolutely delicious. And yeah, that is it for this week's Meals I Made This Week video. I hope you liked it. I hope you got some inspo from it. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favourite meal from this week? And yeah, guys, I can't wait. I'm so excited about this series. I've got the next 5 weeks worth of dinners planned so that I'm keeping it fresh and interesting for you, and I'm pulling all the recipes I have in my archive. I'm asking my ex-husband, I'm asking family members and friends what was their favourite dinner I've ever cooked for them. We are getting all of the recipes up from my archive, as well as introducing some new ones that I'm creating as well. So yeah, so many new inspirational meals coming your way very, very soon, guys. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on those. Smash the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this video, guys. It means the absolute world to have your love and support over here. And thank you again for watching, guys. And hopefully I will be seeing you very, very soon for another video. Take care of yourself. Bye.